Conscious anxiety. What is that? Have you ever heard those words? Someone living in conscious anxiety. Hey, David Essel here. You're tuned in to the most positive podcast in the galaxy, the universe, and beyond. David Essel Live, right here on Buzzsprout.com. And we are helping Americans and the world to heal, and it's all about good news. And today I want to open up this conversation about anxiety. Too many times people with anxiety, myself included, years ago, never wanted to talk about it. We would cover it up with food, with alcohol, with pot, with TV, with anything we could. But I'm going to turn the tables now. I'm going to teach you how to get very conscious with your anxiety. Now, at first, it may not feel all that wonderful, okay? And I'm just going to give you that little warning up front. When you want to learn how to deal with anxiety, it's got to be done on the conscious level. If you think that by ignoring it or taking another hit of a cigarette, which is incredibly powerful at minimizing anxiety for a short period of time, nicotine is one of the most powerful anti-anxiety drugs in the world. Yes, you can get away with it. If during the day you say, I'm just going to take a hit or two off of this vape with THC or marijuana, sure, it's going to lower your anxiety for a period of time, but it's coming back. And it's coming back with a vengeance. How do I know? Because I denied my own anxiety for so long that combined with my depression led to an attempted failed suicide attempt. I can tell you, anxiety is nothing to mess with, but most of us want to run from it. We watch more TV. We gossip more. We get more involved with conspiracy theory. We watch the news more. In other words, anything that distracts your mind from feeling anxiety is limiting your ability to be conscious in your healing of anxiety. But let's look at what conscious anxiety would be like. You would sit when anxiety hits, and you would feel it, and you would write about it. What's the origin of this anxiety? What's creating this anxiety right now? Is it the traffic? Is it the conversation I'm going to have tomorrow? Is it something that happened yesterday? See, when you get conscious with anxiety, you start to look for what's the origin of it, and how long has it been around, and you actually write about it. Oh my gosh, I just got hit by a wave of anxiety. I'm anticipating a text, or I'm anticipating a conversation tomorrow that's going to be very difficult. Okay, we're already conscious. We are sitting in the anxiety and we're conscious. We're not running from it. We're not covering it up. It's unbelievably powerful when you can sit there. I've got a quick story to tell you. A number of years ago, I worked with a young mom who lost her children to the state because of her drug addictions. When she finally cleared up, I worked with her for about a year. We got the state okay with the fact that she was off of all drugs. She was on everything in the world that you can imagine. Nicotine, pot. She was on heroin, alcohol. I mean, everything you can imagine. We got her off of everything. The most difficult one that she had letting go of was nicotine, smoking. Until I showed her that it was all about covering up her anxiety. Nicotine is so powerful. There's a reason that we smoke cigarettes or vape nicotine. And so I had her do this exercise. I said, this is what I want you to do. The next time you get hit with anxiety, I want you to sit in it. Don't do anything. Just sit. Sit in it. See how long it lasts. Now, on average, when we have clients tape, or time, I should say, their anxiety, it's about 3.5 minutes. And then the anxiety starts to go away. If you add some of these techniques that I'm going to give you right now, it's even going to go away quicker. So what do we do with conscious anxiety? Number one, as I mentioned to you, you write down, like, I'm feeling anxious. Where did it begin? What's creating it? And then, of course, what's the solutions? Well, let's say my brother and I used to talk about this all the time years ago when he was first starting his business. Whatever call you don't want to make because it could create some kind of upset, make that call first thing in the morning. These are ways to deal with anxiety on a conscious level. Whatever you don't want to do that creates anxiety, do it right away. In other words, you take its power away when you act in the direction where the anxiety is. Does that make sense? Number one is that. Number two, there's a supplement called Calm, C-A-L-M. It's a magnesium supplement. Mix it with water. Within about 20 minutes, most people feel quite a decrease in their anxiety. But this is conscious anxiety, right? This is consciously dealing with anxiety. It's saying, yes, I'm prepared. I have my Calm. I have my paper and pencil. When anxiety hits, I'm going to write about what's creating it. I'm going to take a teaspoon or a tablespoon of the Calm. Another exercise that I love is called diaphragmatic breathing. And this is belly breathing. This is one of the best ways to diminish anxiety instantly. The vagus nerve is the biggest nerve in the body. It runs from the head to the toes. And when you put your hand on your stomach and do diaphragmatic breathing. Another word for it is belly breathing. Your hand moves out when you inhale and in when you exhale. Most of us breathe from the chest. The oxygen doesn't get deep enough into the body, doesn't circulate throughout the body, doesn't calm the vagus nerve. But when you do belly breathing, hand on your belly, and it moves out on the inhale and in on the exhale, you are calming the vagus nerve. Most of my clients say it takes between 6 and 8 deep belly breaths, and all of a sudden they feel their anxiety dropping. There's 1,000 other tips that I can tell you, but most importantly, get conscious with your anxiety. Sit in it, read, write about it, get conscious. Don't escape it. Don't push it away. Don't cover it up. That's what I did, and it almost cost me my life. Don't follow my example from 1990. Follow my example today, and you can be moving in a new direction with your anxiety. If it's anxiety that's so high you can't leave the house, which is called agoraphobia, get with a doctor. If it's interfering with your life so dramatically, you may have to go on pharmaceutical drugs for a short period of time. It'll be worth it. But most importantly, we need to learn how to deal with it. Hey, for more information, go to talkdavid.com. We actually have 3 books for free at talkdavid.com. And if you're struggling with anxiety or anything else, we offer a 20-minute discovery call absolutely free at talkdavid.com. For all the good news in the world, you're going to be hearing it right here on buzzsprout.com with David Essel Alive, helping Americans and the world to heal. I look forward to connecting with you very, very soon.